They say when you're surrounded by infinity, make any wish and it will come true. So I'm going to find some infinity. Is there some intelligence working against me? I am indestructible now. So that is now an automated seed enchanting ritual device. But the point is that I never need to worry about overflowing with cobblestone. And yet I never need to worry about running out of it either. Next is the iron plate. So the iron plate can be done with a hammer, but that's gonna be a faff. That's gonna be a durability nightmare, and this thing doesn't do well with things with durability. I could use the casting table, but I'd rather use something that's gonna be a bit quicker. The multi-servo press is probably a good one because that's a 1-for-1, or the rolling machine. I think the multi-servo press, keeping them all in the thermal series of machines means there is a lot more compatibility, and I know these are quite customizable. So a multi-servo press. Bronze, Constantan, redstone flux, machine frame, block of iron. That is easy. Everything apart from the bronze and the Constantan is spoken for, so I can... I've got the Constantan, so I just need to make up a load of bronze as well. I have a load of bronze. Never mind, so I don't need to worry about that at all. So let's produce the multi-servo press. I need 2 Constantan gears, and... oh yeah, right, of course. I still need to request a block of iron, a machine frame, and a redstone flux coil. And now that they are built, a multi-servo press. Quick as you like. And this squeezes and deforms, so power, ingot, and output. Very simple. Put a recipe for that together, and I have everything I need. So I'll connect this to a copper chest, and I'll probably stick this in this corner behind the stairs. Because I'm not going to be able to put like a full line here, and this is probably going to be like a one-off or maybe 2. Input in the back, output on the top. Import on the back, and recipe in there. So that should now take iron ingots and put an output iron plates. Did I need to... yes, I did. Alright, I needed to set these to output on top. I completely forgot to do that, so this thing almost overflowed with sand and flint. Should be job done now, so test this by requesting... 1 iron plate, just to show me it works. And would you look at that, it works. Brilliant. Ah, this can also make gears. Slightly cheaper, but much slower than doing it manually, because that's manually it's 4 ingots and an iron nugget instead of waiting the time to put it through a die. Yeah, it looks like any kinds of plates I'll need, I'll be able to stick in here, but I'm unlikely to need those in mass quantities, so probably just the 3 multi-servo presses will do the trick. Now, I should be able to request 30 cloches, and it will just produce them for me. Oh yeah, I still have this as my backstop for glass production. I need to fix that. Yep, glass is a big stopper at the moment. Everything needs glass. Whoops. Oops. I left this on the wrong recipe, so it's not actually been creating the parts it needed. Wonder why there was a bit of a backstop there as well. At least it seems to do this relatively quickly. I suppose that's an advantage of this thing, that it can seemingly work on like 2 at once, maybe 3 at once. Crafter. Iron chest, because that matches the other furnaces. And I have 4 furnaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Output, 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 output. Importer. And done. That is really, really easy to set up now I've got the framework in place. And I can just do this on every floor. I can just have rows of these machines on every floor. This is a prototype of what I plan to do with this building to achieve the production needs I have. So this will cook mass stone, sand, and bricks. And I have 30 cloches. So what else do I need for this? I need the seeds. I need the pipes, which I've got. The fluid pipes. Ooh, I don't think I have the fluid pipes. Basic mechanized pipe. Wow, this thing's getting busy now. So we have the automated workbench, we have the crafter, we have the ordinary chest, which is pulverizing, the iron chest, which is furnaces, the iron crafter, which is crafting, the copper chest, which is the servo, and the liquid encapsulator. At least it's fairly obvious from context clues which is which, so I'm unlikely to get them mixed up. But just imagine if I'd like put these all on chests, they'd just be really mixed up and confusing. How much steel do I have? Ooh, not much at all. I should set steel up as an automated thing as well. I'm going to need a logistical sorter recipe. I've just had a thought. The way I make steel dust is by putting it through the metallurgic infuser twice. So iron goes in to get the enriched iron, which then goes in to get the steel dust. I don't think, unless I have a separate one where these two are completely isolated, I don't think I'll be able to do that all in one. So what I should do then is have them as two separate things. So I have a system for making this, which requires 1 coal and 1 iron ingot. If they get sent down to the thing, that will be routed to the correct place. And then this one also requires a coal and the enriched iron. And that will also get routed to the correct place. So that will return steel dust. And then I need some more patterns. But I should also put in steel ingots, like so. So I don't have to put it through the smeltery. So the steel ingot goes in the one-off, probably, rather than the bulk. Good to know that the minimum processes is working. That's a cool thing. I have just realised the issue of putting machines there. That's where the way up is going to be. Like, the next flight of stairs up is going to go round there. Whoops. Ah! Another one of those. That's the second one I found in this bloody tower. Ah! A third. A fourth. They're just nesting in this tower. This tower's infested with little stone bugs. There's the next bridge segment, and I guess the way to do it further would be to have like 2 more like that, and then have it going down here, and then I've got these repeated things of stairs. So that starts 2 in. How does that compare to up here? I think that starts later up here. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. That starts 4 in. Yeah, 4 in, because it's the 2 in and then the thing down. So no, that is actually accurate. That lines up perfectly. So yeah, I should move these down here. And we're down at the ground floor. I probably shouldn't have any machines down here just for the security risk. But it's good to know that I have now accessed it. Ooh. And connect that to that. Ready for the next layer. Oh, I was wondering why I had power going in there. It's like I haven't even built stairs up there, and it's because these things, it comes down from the top. Oh. What is this? Silverfish charm fragment. Is a crafting component of the silverfish charm, obviously. Which is something that allows me to become invisible if I have 6 of them. Okay, what is a silverfish? I'm in a building. I'm not even near water. Oh, another one. Oof. So they're probably just like infesting this building at random. There, this floor should now be completely ready for filling with machines. Got cables going into all of the 3 of the corners and the 2 inner corners. And power cables going to where all the machines will be. So unless there's some unusual machine like the multi-block above, then this should be fully compatible with any machine layout I want. There's space for the stairs to go up. And I'm going to move the multi-servo down here. Multi-servo press setup with space for more. And then a crafter another copper chest, because those will do for the one-off ones. I'll be able to tell by context clues. The enriched iron and steel dust. 2 metallurgic infusers. I should be able to... Yep, infused types. Infused types. And items. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, infused types, yep. That's the thing that is infusing into it. Oh, they're going to have to go into separate ones, aren't they? So the items, top needs to be the output. And the back, that's going to be the input. And I reckon I can put both of these with the input on the back. So it looks like that's the case. Item, input back, infused types, input back. So these shouldn't output. The infused type should not output. Set that to auto output. Just in case, I will do that. So the items will output on the top. I don't think that will output at all. So what this should do is it should send iron ingots and coal and enriched iron and coal into this chest. I shouldn't need a sorter because they can both go into the same slot. Like, I shouldn't need to worry about it because they shouldn't overlap in usage. So let's see. If I request... let's go with 16 enriched... Actually, if I request 16 steel, I should be able to see the whole process. So I go down here. And yeah, I see stuff going in there. And the coal is not going in there. Maybe it's not the infused types then. Maybe that's a different thing. Because this is coded yellow, and that would imply it is the extra. In that case, they would need to go into separate sides. Damn! Not insurmountable. All I have to do then is reduce the number that are available here. That's a shame. I can't pack them in quite as much. So I might need to do that with other things as well. But hopefully, I don't know. So if I stick that in there, and then have this thing set to items, and that is the extra there. Yes, okay, so that is the deal with it. So I'll just wait until they all go in, and then I'll stick one across the top and disconnect that. So what that should do is that is now the carbon it needs, the iron it needs, so the enrich goes in there, and it should, yep. Oh. Right. Yeah, you see, I was worried about that. I was worried about that happening. Because that is still going into there, whereas that is now going into there, and it's not going to request more. Damn! Yeah, this does rather scupper my ability to automate things with the metallurgic infuser. I might have to do the same thing I did upstairs, which I don't really want to do, which is have like a row of them all set to be stocked with carbon, and then maybe have like an exporter so that they're constantly full of carbon. And then have other ones for redstone and diamond and refined. Oh, that's really awkward. The first steel dust has gone back in because I manually moved the enriched iron. Is that... Oh, yeah, there it was. So this will work if I can get this thing to fill with carbon. And that there. So that is... Yeah, that will constantly fill that with carbon. I need another one to put on the other, like so. Should allow me to have 4, which isn't great, but is slightly more than half, because I could have had 7 things here. So I could put another 2 there with another, like, exporter and exporter, so just put coal in there. So that will now fill with carbon as well. So as long as I put only carbon-based things in here, I need to adjust the recipe so that they no longer request coal. But then it should just be a case of carbon... Things that need infusing with carbon go into this one, things that need infusing with redstone go into another, etc. And then that will that will still function automatically. So that is the best I can do, I think. I cannot think of a way to automate that better. Or cleaner. And then these go back into the copper chest, and I will remember that this is the infusing with carbon line, and that one is the multi-servo. It should be fairly obvious by context clues which ones are which. Metallurgic infuser and cobblestone furnace as well can both go into the crafting machine, because I'm definitely going to need more if I want to automate the alloy. So I should probably only need one of these and one for diamond as well, so we'll get 2 more. I need a diamond dust pattern, an alloy pattern, and a reinforced alloy pattern. I'll just stick the diamond one in with the other pulverizing stuff. To be honest, it should probably have its own separate thing, the same way that the lots of little furnace stuff ones do, but for now this will be okay. First of all, the redstone one. Exporter goes on the underside with redstone, so this will fill up with redstone dust. Items output out the front and input at the back. And that's the redstone one, so that will continually sort anything that requires redstone. Diamond dust goes into this one, and this one's going to be a bit tricky until I have a much firmer source of diamonds, whereas the other ones I can basically make sure these are always full, because coal I'm producing and redstone I am producing, but diamond dust is one that is going to take a lot more filling up, so I should go easy on using the reinforced alloy until that is more set up. And there is the diamond one. Ooh. To be honest, they're not that tricky once I've got the blueprint of what I'm doing. It's just working out the specific arrangement of things in order to get everything into where it needs to be. That was trickier than I suppose it had to be, but I guess I'll just have tricky and one-off machines on this floor and sort of go upwards with future ones. To test it, I'm going to make one of these alloys. So first of all, it should pulverize wherever the pulverizers ended up. I think they're over here. It will pulverize a diamond. Did I put that in here? I did. And then it should go down here and infuse an alloy and then infuse a diamond. Well, there's the alloy waiting for the diamond. It's already got one diamond dust in there, and it needs the other. Ah, yeah, no, sorry. I was wondering why it wasn't doing anything. It's because it's not set to automatically request the diamond dust. I have to request one, which will then automatically get exported and used in the production of this thing. Like that. So, that did produce one of these, because I took all of the infused alloy out. It produced an infused alloy, and then it infused it with diamond as well. So, there it goes. I can now produce those, albeit in very small quantities, but infused alloys I can produce en masse. Given how awkward this is to make, it might be a good idea to stick it in here and say, yes, always have 64 steel. Let's see, if I'm going to be having these rows of things, would it be an idea to have something like that, but like going up the outside of the building, so I don't need to waste a load of space inside with that, because that's going to be right in the middle of my building space. Like so. Let's have this there. That'll do for now. That'll give me a way in without having to go down and up again each time. Which way round does the next row of cloches go? This way? No, it needs to be the other way. Then again, they have filled up with water this way. I thought they needed to go in the back. I thought that was the water port. But that's also a water port. Despite looking different. If that's the case, I could actually reduce the space they need. Like, rather than having all of the things on that end, I could just turn all of these around. I could move them all over one, stick them all up against the edge, and just have them both, like, have 3 across for 2 rows instead of 3 across for 1 row. That would really help with space. As I'll now have 2 coming out here, I think it might be best to just have this end row not actually cloches, because then I could have the pipes sort of going between them like that. Do I need that? Yeah, I do. I need the outflow to go somewhere, and I don't want it to be outside the building. That's the water connected to 1 row, and then I need to go down with the logistics. I'm definitely going to need to mass produce farmland, so if I put in a thing for the wooden hoe, that should then be able to produce these, because it'll always just be able to get the wood. To test it, I'll just stick a normal hoe in there and see if it can produce 2. Is it going to craft a new hoe for each? It produced 2 of them. And how many hoes do we have? Yeah, okay, that's not going to work then. I think I'm going to have to do that manually because that is stupid. There's 1 row all set up apart from the contents, and now I will just have to go through and do it again on the other side. Oh, I do need to go set up the seeds, actually. I completely forgot about that. All the outputs set up. Now the power. There. And I've got 2 farmland and 2 seeds left over because it's now 29 in a row instead of 30, and I had 60. So the last thing is to put in the glowstone as I go. And finally, to connect the power. And now that is double the Inferium production. In the same space as well, which is incredible. I will get rid of this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this space, but this way I know that they're not going to go wandering off. Hello. Oh, yeah. That's an idea. Alright, how... let's have a look at furnaces. Because there are these furnaces. These ones are quicker. These ones are quicker and more efficient. So the cook time, that looks like, what, 25%? So 400%. Up at Supremium, fuel efficiency is incredible and cooking speed is really high. So I'm thinking I'll still keep like the electric ones for the individual things, the one that's just 1 at a time, and basically fuel efficiency is irrelevant because it's cooking like 1, 2, 3, 4 things. But for the mass ones, for like the glass and the stone and etc., things that are usually done in like 64s at a time, those it might be worth putting in as a special furnace. Predension block. Yeah, that's cheap enough. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. I was worried these might use diamonds. Then I can put in the recipes for those, and I could just have a row of those instead. They don't need the power, but they will need an export to just fill them with coal. Because coal I'm producing, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper than electricity. Question is, do I have space? I do not quite have space for all of these patterns. In that case, I need a new crafter. And I'm missing string. Okay. I suppose I've been making strainers. I should have hemp. I'm going to try going for a gold crafter instead. It needs the raw neural processor, but it says it has enough for that. My first gold crafter. Stick that there. And this is 5 times the speed. Let's try 2 Supremium furnaces. That should be enough for everything I need. Oh, that's a lot of crafting it needs to do, but it's decently fast, because it's only crafting like a couple of each thing. I will eventually upgrade it all the way up, so that they're all using, like diamond or whatever the highest one is that I can afford.